a life. They have an unbelievable past. But these are the people alive today. And you look at them and you get to stand next to them.
The exhibit will be on display during normal library hours, and tours are also available. At least 12 people were killed in a crush at a soccer stadium in El Salvador last night. Around 90 people, including children, are being treated for injuries. Most are in stable condition. People were trying to get into a popular match through only a small gate opening, forcing many people to get stuck in the crowd. Officials have linked the incident to the overselling of tickets and people selling fake tickets. Now to the push to avoid what would be our nation's first ever default. Negotiations between the White House and Republican leadership wrapped up tonight. Both sides are quiet about what was discussed. Here's ABC's Rhiannon Nally with where negotiations stand, plus what Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is now saying.
President Biden back in the United States to deal with debt ceiling talks after ending his Asia trip early. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy says he had a productive phone call Sunday with the president.
I think we can solve some of these problems if he understands what we're looking at.
The two are set to meet Monday afternoon at the White House without the other congressional leaders. The debt limit currently sits at $31.4 trillion. Key issues include government spending cuts, unspent COVID relief funds, and new work requirements for federal aid programs. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen tells Meet the Press the government could run out of cash to pay its bills on June 1st.
I would say we're focused on raising the debt ceiling, and there will be hard choices if that doesn't occur. There can be no acceptable outcomes if the debt ceiling isn't raised, regardless of what decisions we make.
Without a deal to prevent default, borrowing costs might soar, global markets could tumble, and millions of Americans may not get payments like Medicare and Social Security. At issue between the White House and House Republicans, how to rein in government spending. Sources tell ABC News Republican conditions for raising the debt limit include steep spending cuts that would gut parts of President Biden's agenda in exchange for raising the debt limit. Before leaving the G7 summit in Japan, President Biden doubled down on higher taxes for big corporations or the wealthiest Americans, faulting House Republicans for what he calls extreme positions and playing politics.
It's time for Republicans to accept that there is no bipartisan deal to be made solely on their partisan terms. They have to move as well.
Rhiannon Nally, ABC News, New York.
There's a local nonprofit helping underserved high schoolers achieve their dreams, which starts with getting into college. Today, an event was held at SeaWorld to celebrate the achievements of 175 San Diego graduates. ABC 10 News reporter Madison Weil was there with them as they walked with their college signs and wore their school colors.
The local nonprofit called Reality Changers held an absolutely inspiring event here at SeaWorld, celebrating 175 students. Most will become the first in their family to attend college. A warm welcome at SeaWorld for these students sporting flags and t-shirts from the colleges they'll be attending in the fall.
Hello, it's 2023.
All of the students here have worked closely with the nonprofit Reality Changers, which aims to help underserved, low-income communities across San Diego and give students the tools they need to get into college.
For me, it's genuinely been one of the most guiding sources in my life.
It's impacted me because, as a first-generation student, I'm not very knowledgeable, and I don't have family that's very knowledgeable about the college application process, and just how to take advantage of resources that are out there.
The program not only helps kids through the application process, but also encourages them to dream big along the way.
I'm going to George Washington for political science, and I'm hoping to minor in sociology and English and writing. So after that, I want to go into law school and then hopefully become a public defender.
I'm hoping to major in molecular and cell biology and then hopefully minor in global health because my family came from Ethiopia, and I want to work on bettering global health.
I'm absolutely over the moon today.
The nonprofit's president says this year's graduating seniors collectively earned more than $10 million in scholarships to universities across the U.S.
So when we think about how we change realities, we're not only changing the students' realities, but we're changing their families and their communities, because when these students go off to college, it's a ripple effect. It's going to affect everyone in their family because now they can say, I know someone that went to college.
As a first-generation student, college student myself, this is really exciting to see how these students and families really go through a transformational experience, and today is like the culmination and the celebration of that transformation.
Madison Weil, ABC 10 News.
And as you just saw right before our show, right here on ABC 10, there was a new American Idol winner. E.M. Tongi is a season 21 winner. The 18-year-old is the first from Hawaii to ever win the title. After winning American Idol, Tongi's family and friends took to a Hawaii highway with their Tongi swag, signs, and flags in celebration. Coming up, why civil rights groups are warning everyone not to travel to Florida. Plus, the Carlsbad Flower Fields is now closed for the season, while they say they were able to extend their season longer than ever before. And a big question, how long is all this May rain going to last? Changes coming up in our Super 7-day forecast only on ABC 10 News. We're back with a world news headline. There appears to be a break in the fighting in Sudan. The country's warring groups have agreed to a 7-day ceasefire starting tomorrow. This marks the first time both sides have signed a truce. The agreement follows weeks of talks in Saudi Arabia between representatives of the two rival generals who are vying for power. The conflict has been going on for more than a month, leaving millions of people without basic needs. The World Health Organization says the brutal fighting has left more than 600 people dead. New time-lapse video shows ashes and smoke erupting from the Mexican Popocatépetl volcano yesterday. It's one of the country's most active volcanoes and has recently intensified. Earlier this week, several towns closed schools due to falling volcanic ash. Mexico City's Benito Juarez International Airport halted operations for more than 5 hours yesterday, delaying and canceling flights. Mexico's Disaster Prevention Center reported that over the past 24 hours, that volcano has registered 31 exhalations of mostly ash and gas. Back in the States, a man left the scene after his truck went up a utility pole. This is in Massachusetts. Oak Bluffs police say support wire from the pole kept the truck suspended in the air. But when police arrived on scene, nobody was there. It turns out the male driver was found back at his home with no injuries. He now faces multiple charges like leaving the scene of an accident and speeding. The NAACP is issuing a formal travel advisory for Florida, saying the state has become quite hostile, quote, quite hostile to Black Americans under Republican Governor Ron DeSantis. Other civil rights groups have issued similar warnings in recent weeks, accusing the state of also being hostile towards people of color and the LGBTQ+ community. This comes as DeSantis is on the verge of entering the race for the White House. He was asked about the travel advisory when it was proposed in March, calling it a joke.
But I'm not wasting my time on your stunts, okay? I'm going to make sure that we're getting things done here.
DeSantis has signed state laws to block funding for college diversity programs and limit classroom discussion about sexual orientation and gender identity. He's expected to make these issues the foundation of his presidential bid. Smoke from Canada's wildfires has drifted across the border and prompted air quality alerts across multiple states in the U.S. this weekend. This is what it looks like in states neighboring Canada, heavy smoke covering everything. This is in Minnesota. Other states like Colorado, Utah, Montana, and Idaho have all issued air quality advisories due to dozens of fires burning across western Canada. 83 wildfires were burning as of Sunday evening. Studies show wildfire smoke poses a threat to people's health, even if those people are hundreds of miles away. Today was the last day to check out the Carlsbad Flower Fields. ABC 10 News reporter Perla Shaheen tells us why organizers say this season lasted longer than ever before.
The Carlsbad Flower Fields welcomed 250,000 people this year. They got to enjoy wagon rides, bird aviaries, and of course, thousands of beautiful flowers. For the last time this year,
I love flowers, I love nature.
Visitors were surrounded by the colors of spring.
He's like, oh, orange, or look at that. So it's been a good learning experience for him.
50 acres of ranunculus, sunflowers, and stock flowers were still blooming after an extra long season.
So beautiful. I love flowers.
Definitely a lot to take in.
Like, why she told me every day, I want to go there, I want to go there. I said, okay, so today is the last day, so I'm lucky.
Fred Clark, the general manager of the fields, says this is the longest they've ever stayed open.
This season has been really unusual. The cool weather and the early rains we had has extended the season. We are 14 days, 12 or 14 days now, longer than normal. It's almost June and the flower fields are still blooming.
Visitors took advantage of the opportunity and streamed in through the gates right when they opened. Many drove hours to be here.
Last day, I'm glad we made it to the last day.
I've been wanting to come for so long.
It's actually really good because they get to see it because we were from the East Coast originally. So we don't have this on the East Coast.
After Sunday, farmers will mow down the flowers and prepare the soil for the next year. Perla Shaheen, ABC 10 News.
This 10 News Pinpoint Weather Report is sponsored by Anderson Plumbing, Heating and Air. Nobody wows clients like we do.
And now taking a look at the forecast, it is all about the May rain, but you can also see just north of us in the Central Valley area and a little north of Los Angeles, a couple thunderstorms. And believe it or not, we also saw some isolated showers here at home, just in the mountains. Palomar Mountain picked up nearly a quarter-inch of rain today, mostly fueled by showers overnight. But funny enough, no one else even got a quarter of that amount. So those really sporadic pop-up showers are still possible, just primarily in the evenings in certain mountain communities. So you'll want to keep an eye out for that. But here on the coast, San Diego is feeling pretty gray and a little bit gloomy right now, just 61 degrees, plenty of fog to go around, humidity 90%, so it's been feeling very, a little bit sticky around the coast today, and a slight breeze coming from the southwest at 5 miles per hour. Now, over the next few hours, we're going to, of course, need to get used to all this gray because we can see that fog is sticking around throughout the rest of the evening and well into the morning, almost into the afternoon as San Diego hangs around right in those lower 60s. And for our valley neighborhoods, they're also going to see a little bit of fog, too. Their fog is going to break. That's all coming from the marine layer along the coast, but they're expecting even more gray and foggy conditions. Now, tomorrow, we're going to see in a lot of ways some similar conditions to what we saw today. Watch San Diego get up to 66 degrees for the high of the day. Another set of gray conditions expected there for our valley neighborhoods. The morning could be a little bit gloomy to kick off the work week, but then those clouds will break and the temperature will rise up to about 73 degrees. Our mountain neighborhoods head up to 78 with a slight chance of some more overnight thunderstorms for tomorrow night. And into the desert, there is a very tiny chance of seeing those similar pop-up storm cells, but they'll be more focused on the heat because it'll reach up to 102 degrees. Now, I want to show the marine layer futurecast to show you what we're dealing with along the coast. Not expecting any real showers, but you could see a little mist on your car as you're driving around throughout the evening. And of course, that low-lying cloud coverage blocks some of the sunlight, which is why the coast is a little bit cooler than the rest of the county. And our rain futurecast shows some more pop-up showers are possible later into tomorrow. Those subside as soon as we get to Tuesday. Now, taking a quick look at the futurecast, there's going to be a storm system to our north that's going to creep just close enough to cool our temperatures down a little bit, and that's what we're going to notice later in the week. It's subtle in San Diego, though. High of 66 for the next couple of days. Thursday and Friday peak out at 64 degrees. For our valley neighborhoods, though, they go from reaching into the 70s to just the upper 60s. And then the temperatures start